Everyone's talking about how there's this epidemic of women right now who don't want to date anymore.
There's something that can happen when you start dating and caring about someone. Your thoughts begin to orbit, and not around your own happiness and peace, but around theirs. Their moods, their comfort, their needs. And it doesn't just happen in the wrong relationships when it starts to fall apart and you spend your time wondering, what did they mean by that pause, that tone, that text? And you start scanning yourself for anything that might make you hard to love. It also happens in the good relationships. Even when they're kind, even when they listen, you still kind of lose your brain a little. Not because they asked you to, but because some of us never learned how to love someone else and still love ourselves at the same time.
Everyone's talking about how there's this epidemic of women right now who don't want to date anymore. And yeah, a lot of us are tired of being let down, tired of all the breadcrumbing, tired of all the emotional labor. And yes, there's also a lot of unhealed men walking around. That's true. But that's not the whole story. I don't actually think it's about being without a man. I think it's about being without the noise. Because the moment that voice is gone, the one that says, what's he thinking? Is he upset with me? Am I doing enough? Why is he pulling away? The silence that replaces that voice, it's terrifying at first, but then something miraculous happens. You start hearing your own voice. You stop scanning the room for someone else's emotions, and you start asking yourself, how do I feel today? What do I want next? What would feel good to me today? And suddenly, you're not lost anymore. You're not waiting to be chosen. You're not performing. You're not guessing. You're just being. And that peace, that clarity, that sense of finally belonging to yourself didn't come from disconnecting from a man. It came from finally having the space to reconnect with you. So I don't know if we're celebrating being single. I think maybe we're celebrating being free from needing someone else to tell us who we are.
As little girls, we were praised for how well we take care of others. We're adored when we're kind, when we share, when we do what others want. And that praise often becomes a blueprint. Caregiving becomes people-pleasing, reading the room before we ever read ourselves. And while that's beautiful in motherhood and community, I wonder, did it accidentally erase the inner voice that was supposed to center us? Were we taught to self-abandon so young that it just feels normal now? Many of us were raised to value other people's comfort above our own, to use external input, what they think, what they need, to guide all of our decisions, even if it costs us our boundaries, our time, and our peace. And sometimes it takes a full-body earthquake, a betrayal, a divorce, or a rock-bottom breakup to finally hear that inner voice again. Because that quiet after the earthquake, if you listen to it, it's not loneliness, it's not emptiness, it's a voice that rises up, the one that's always been inside of you, the one that knows what you need, the one that knows what you're longing for, the one that feels like home. So maybe you feel lost or stuck because you don't hear that voice yet. It's not a cold, angry, or selfish voice. She's not demanding, she's gentle, she's steady, and she's clear. And the more you listen to her, the more you will remember who you are. And this is the emotional alchemy I'm teaching at Journey to Jessica.
Thanks for joining me in my treehouse, and if you're on a journey like I've been to realigning with yourself so that your life feels like home again, please consider subscribing. I release videos every week.